ask you a question about the
Yes.
UFC right now, because I remember when I was in, my brother and I have been into boxing forever. Especially my brother, he boxed a lot. But I remember the first UFC, we had to buy the VHS tape and we bought it. And of course, Hoist Gracie just, oh my God, I can't believe, we could not believe what we were watching. So what was, when you were thinking about moving to America, the UFC had already began?
Yes. It's coincidental. I think, now that you say about Royce Grace and I try to put things together, for some reason, Jiu-Jitsu wasn't my destiny since the back of the time. I just never realized.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, okay, me and this guy actually they moved to United States. We have a good friend that we actually call a cousin because we're so close together. We spend time together. He sleeps on my house. So his brother plays in a band called Sepultura. Okay. So
Yeah.
this band become a very famous band in America.
Yeah.
It's a heavy metal band.
Yeah.
So I used to say to people, oh, my cousin plays in a Sepultura because I was very close to the guy. And they make a video. And the video that they make was actually the first video with the Gracie family about the UFC.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
And
Nice.
when he comes to Brazil, he brings to my friend a, the Gracie jacket. I say, oh shit, Gracie. So
Yeah.
I have the idea of the UFC
Yeah.
since that time. I say, damn man, this guy have the Gracie jacket, bro.
I still remember when the Gracies would come in and there would be a
On
long
the
line of Gracies and they
yes.
hold each
I'm gonna
other. Yeah.
I'm gonna send you the video. This video is very this band was as big as Metallica,
Yeah.
called Sepultura, they still play. And they did this video. And when I moved, my friend moved, this guy called Nadu, he was a Kung Fu instructor.
Yeah.
And he's the one who actually teach me some stand-up and I teach him some jiu-jitsu. We kind of cross-training at home,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we said, let's go fight UFC or maybe fight whatever, we can make some money in America. So he moves first. I remember 6 months after he moved, September 11 came.
Oh man.
So they closed all consulates.
Yeah.
I call him and say, man, dream is over. Can get the visa. They won't let me in.
Yeah.
But end up that things get better. And I move and I stay with him for a couple of weeks. And
this is in California?
Yes, Hollywood. I moved directly to Hollywood.
You went straight to Hollywood?
Yeah, straight to Hollywood.
Yeah.
By the
nice.
Chinese theater. I live on a street called Yucca Street.
Nice.
So he has one bedroom apartment and we always sleep at me, him and his wife. We put like a sheet, the bed sheet separate the room.
Yeah.
So I have half, he have half.
Yeah, sure.
And we end up like have nothing to do with the UFC. But like I say, Jiu-Jitsu was on my destiny. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So what happened is he got a job as a delivery pizza and he told me, hey, you got to walk and try to find a job. You're going to see places that say help you wanted. Just apply for the job.
Yeah.
That's how it works in America. And I start to walk, on car washes, everything to get a job because what I want is to get a job where I can work little hours, train, and try to be UFC fighter,
Yeah, sure.
So I got finally a job after 2 weeks looking. I got a job in a place called Zabumba. It was a bar on Venice Boulevard.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles, So coincidentally, the bartender was Horion's daughter, which is Royce Gracie's brother.
And that's Horion Gracie, yeah.
Horion Gracie, the creator of the UFC.
Wow.
That's why I say Jiu-Jitsu wasn't my
destiny. Yeah, for sure.
So I was working as a bartender without speaking English, But the lady said, I can give you a job if you come work on a tank top because you have a nice body. You're gonna, make people come right here.
Yeah.
So this girl, Hiane Gracie, she came to me one day, say, my uncle, he looked for training partners because he's gonna fight against a guy named Akebono. You want me to bring you one day? He can try you out to see if he likes you. If he likes you, he might, let you train with him. Yeah. I say, what? You're gonna bring me to Royce Gracie? Of course I will. So actually, I went to Royce Gracie's house.
Nice.
And then I trained, and then he liked it, and he kind of hired me, and I was Royce Gracie's training partner for years.
Nice.
Everywhere that he goes to Japan for all his fights, he takes me with him.
I think what a lot of people don't know about Hoist Gracie is, and the Gracie family is, when he fought in that first UFC, he was actually not the family champion. They had Hickson. Hickson was in the background, and so I think if the plan was if Hoist didn't win, then they were going to send the family champion in.
No, the plan was not this. The plan was Hickson. Everybody knows he's strong. We want to prove that this thing works. We're going to take the skinny one.
Yeah. Because Hickson's big and strong and muscular, and the Hoist was 170 pounds, maybe, something like that.
That's why they send Hoist, because, they say this skinny guy, he will beat everybody. And he did. Yeah. He shocked the world. So I was, like I say, lucky enough to be on the right place on the right time without planning anything. And I end up with the God, with Hoist Gracie.
Yep.
And everything starts right there. And then he took me, to Japan, to all these places to go with him for his fights, to train. And I learned a lot of self-defense, a lot of things that the sport jiu-jitsu, sometimes some places, they take away.
Yeah.
And I remember in 2005, I think, 2006 or something like this, Master Carlos moved to America.
And this is Master Carlos Gracie, who was, at the time, he was the head of the family.
No, Master Carlos was because the family is Helio on one side and Carlos Gracie is on the other side.
Gotcha.
So Carlos Gracie, he teaches Helio, and Helio teaches his kids, which is Hickson, Hoist Gracie, Horion, Euler Gracie, Holker Gracie. It's a bunch of champions.
Gotcha.
Carlos Gracie, he have his kids as well, which was Carlos Gracie Jr., the youngest kid, but they have like Robson Gracie, they have Carson Gracie, they have a bunch of other Gracies that came from Helio. They have a bunch of kids,
Yeah.
And Helio Gracie of the family, they went more to the MMA.
Yeah.
The other side of the family, they stick more with the Jiu-Jitsu.
Gotcha.
So Master Carlos Gracie Jr. is from the side of Carlos Gracie.
Gotcha.
Which was actually the career of the sport.
Gotcha. So Carlos moves over to California. What year is this, Ulpiano?
I think it was 2005 or 2006.
Okay.
And when he moves, because I was a Gracie Barra guy, my French trainer, Gracie Barra, and actually with Hoist Gracie was more focused on his career as an MMA, and I was training more MMA.
Yeah.
And at that time, I was not even introduced to the MMA thing anymore, because fights was always overseas. UFC was one every 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
So I decided to go back and focus on my jiu-jitsu again, because I was a brown belt at the time. I said I want to become a black belt under Master Carlos. So he opened a school in Lake Forest, and I started training over there every day. And then in 2006, I got my black belt. And he come with the idea to open your own jiu-jitsu school, because you're good, you've been working as a bouncer, all these jobs, so you should believe in yourself. And then I opened a school in Santa Ana.
Santa Ana, California?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I was training a lot. Then I met a lot of MMA guys like Babalu Sobral, Mark Munoz, a lot of guys that was coming to California, because California became the mecca of MMA, Jiu-Jitsu.
Yep.
And I was fortunate enough to meet a lot of people. Then I did some professional MMA fights, but get to a point that UFC, even the other MMAs, was never something very rewardable financially.
Yeah.
Even today is not that much.
I was about to say, even today, it's not probably as much as it should be.
Yeah, but today, you make enough to at least live a couple of months. Before,
sure.
Like I fight, at that time, one of the big show that they have compared to the UFC, usually people that do well, like Diego Sanchez, bunch of other guys, they fight the king of the cage. That was the tournament.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
So I fight for $450.
Yeah.
So you can't even pay your rent.
Yeah.
So the focus of fighting MMA for me was dying, because I say I can't. I have to have a job, training, and I'm not going to be as good as I want to be if I do this.
Yeah.
And like I say, sometimes I look back and I regret because I couldn't be focused and fight MMA, maybe make to the UFC. But sometimes I look people that make the UFC, and I look them today, they are 100 steps behind me, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes in life you have to make a choice. So that's the choice that I make. Master Carlos told me to open a school, and then I opened a school, and I was focused more to become actually a teacher, jiu-jitsu competitor than actually
I want to pause there real quick because I want to flag something that you said that I think is super important. And I think it relates to leadership in general. And that is, at the time maybe you regretted the fact that you couldn't do MMA, but when you look back on your life now, I mean, clearly you've been so wildly successful that maybe it was a better thing that you didn't get what you want. And, there's been a couple times, Ulpiano, in my life where I really, really wanted something. There was a lawyer job before I started my own firm that I really, really wanted badly, and I didn't get it. And I was really upset that I didn't get it. And now I look back 20 years later, I got my own firm with great parts. The best thing that ever happened to me, not getting that job. So isn't it funny how sometimes the things that we really want, especially when we're younger, the things that we really think that we want turn out not to be what we really want?
Yeah, like when I say sometimes I regret, not because the outcome that I have in life.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say that regret as a personal realization that I see people that I know I'm better than the person
Yeah.
that makes the UFC, and I couldn't make it because
Yeah.
I just want to, at the time,
Yeah.
like sometimes I think like I couldn't have this on my legacy, but I did, but
Yeah.
again, it's not a regret that kills me or anything. It's sometimes I just think I say, man, I couldn't do different. But like I say, in the same time that I believe that jiu-jitsu was my destiny
Yeah.
for a long time, and I not have any regrets. It's just like sometimes you think as an athlete, you want to
Yeah.
accomplish something
Sure.
that I couldn't accomplish it. Then I think was just because not that I don't believe in myself, but I see out another ways to succeed,
Yeah.
and I just pass. I have friends like I'm gonna give you an example, Romulo Barral. He couldn't make it to the UFC if he want.
Yeah.
And we talk about this, and he chooses to don't do it. He did some MMA fights like I did, small
Yeah.
shows, but he chose to not do it because he said, why? This choice was a better choice. He became a legend on jiu-jitsu,
Yep.
successful, So I don't have a regret. It's just I think I make the right choice, and life sometimes takes you a different direction,
Yep.
and you just have to be grateful,